If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a little pork chop. Only thing they're good for is frying and not much else. I'm gonna show you grown man pork chops today on Outdoors with Geoff. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Outdoors with Geoff. Before we light the coals for today's cook, take a minute and hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can be notified of any new content that comes to the channel. Guys, you're in for a treat today. I'm making what I call grown man pork chops. These chops are thick cut, 2 bone chops, and they're about 1.75 inches thick. You can see we got some great marbling in these chops, and where there's fat, there's flavor. Today I'm using Fiesta brand's garlic pepper seasoning as my base rub. It's got a coarse blend of salt, pepper, garlic, and it also has some parsley in there for pop that adds an extra layer of flavor that's unbelievable. I'm also going to be using Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse seasoning, which is a coarse steakhouse seasoning that has a buttery blend added to it. To round out this flavor profile today, we're going to be using B&B lump charcoal with cherry wood chunks for smoke. Here I'm seasoning both sides of the chops with a good heavy dose of both seasonings. Now remember, these chops are 1.75 inches thick, so they can take a lot of seasoning. It's a very dense piece of meat, and you're going to get a lot of flavor throughout when you season heavy like this. Now while we let our chops rest for 30 minutes, we're going to go ahead and get the pit up to temp. I'm going ahead and getting a good light on the Masterbuilt 560, and today we're going to be cooking at 275 degrees. And now that our meat is rested, let's go ahead and get these bad boys on. And this is what a good rest will do for any piece of meat. You can see how that rub just gets absorbed into these chops. For the first part of this cook, I'm going to let these chops smoke for an hour. And after an hour, we're starting to get some good color on these chops, and we're also getting a good bark to form with adhesion from the rub. Temperature wise, we're right where we need to be because we're sitting right in between 133 and 135 degrees on each of the chops. And today we're going to take our cook up to right at a little bit above 140 degrees. I'm going to set another timer for 15 minutes just to get right around that 140 degree mark. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and make my barbecue glaze, which is just 3/4 cup of Sweet Baby Ray's and 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. And we've hit our temp, and we've got some great color on these chops. Now it's time to go ahead and get this good glaze on. Now we're going to let these tack up on the smoker for 10 minutes. And then we're going to take them off and let them rest for 15 minutes. And here's the end result, guys. Just for a quick recap, we started with 1.75 inch chops, added Fiesta brand's garlic pepper seasoning and Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse seasoning, and we put these on the smoker at 275 for an hour 15 minutes until we reached a temperature of 140 degrees internal. We then glazed the chops and put them back on the smoker for another 10 minutes, and then took them off and let them rest for 15 minutes. Both of these rubs had a great flavor. The Fiesta garlic pepper seasoning had an excellent taste to it, and you could even taste that parsley in the end. And the Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse seasoning provided a great steakhouse flavor with a good mix of butter in it. The cherry wood added a mild smoke flavor that brought this whole thing together, and man, these chops are moist. Leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of the cook. Alright guys, thanks for watching this episode of Outdoors with Geoff. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for notifications when more content comes out. And also check out these videos here on the channel as well.